today you're gonna walk with me on my way to work. That's something I've wanted to do for a while, but for obvious reasons, putting my exact route on the internet seemed a little bit sketchy. But by the time this goes up on Friday, next Sunday I leave. I'm taking the train to Newcastle to visit a friend, and then we're going to a concert in Edinburgh, and I'm gonna be gone for like a week, and by the time I get back I'm gonna have like 2 more days before I'm moving out at the end of October from this place, and then going to stay with my friend Letty for a couple weeks in November until I move for real out to Scotland. So now should be a safe time to do this. Anyway, so I live is this giant area. It's all called Churchill Gardens, and then all the individual houses or apartments, flats, whatever you want to call them, are named after authors. So that one is the Jane Austen house, and I wish I lived in the Jane Austen house, but I'm not that cool. I live in this one. It's the Coleridge house. Yeah, so, oh, this way, going to work. And it's actually a bit quicker if I go that way, but when it's sunny, like today, there's more sun if I go this way, so we're going that way. This street you've seen a lot from this angle in my montage. That flower pot with the church in the background is in a ton of videos. All right, on the corner behind me is the Pimlico Center. A large part of it, if you go that way, is the Pimlico Academy. It's a school. I have no idea what age range is. I'm assuming teenagers by the people that I see outside, but it's also my library. And there's like an adult learning center, and I don't quite know all that's in there, but for sure, my library. Oh, and that guy in the background there, he's a Pokestop. So the street I'm on is called Churton Street, and it's like a nothing street. There's nothing important here. But that restaurant I went to with my parents, it's where my dad set a napkin on fire. And then I also went to this restaurant with my parents, and because of the color and the font, I thought it was a Greek restaurant, but then we went and it's not a Greek restaurant. I don't quite know what kind of restaurant it is, but it was nice, it was good food. And the Constitution over there is where I spent Christmas last year. Oh, and remember the video where I talked about they were filming something and the car blew up? That was also on this street. There's also these beautiful flowers. I imagine they do a lot of wedding decoration stuff. It seems very fancy. And like just down from it is a wedding boutique. You'll see in the window here. I'll get here in a second. Oh, they changed it. They change the dress displays all the time, and some of them are kind of nice, and some of them are flipping hideous. So it's fun to watch. So at the end of Churton, there's the Tackbrook Market. They sell fruit and some clothes and some household stuff, and it's open every day but Sunday through the entire year. And then you've seen this a lot in the montage videos as well, the little playground going up. That is the one and only gas station that I walk past on my way to work. This Sainsbury's, because it is small and convenient, is more expensive than the other Sainsbury's that I go to. So I don't go here that often, but it's on my way home from work, and it's open later and earlier than the other Sainsbury's. So if I'm desperate, that's the one I go to. You've also seen this intersection a bunch in the montage. Everything's connected. I haven't quite figured out where that would spit me out if I tried to find Parliament Square, but I would find Parliament Square if I took that road. Slug in the Lettuce is a restaurant chain, and on Monday nights, everywhere you get 50% off. And this is where I bought these headphones when my old ones crapped out. And in that tall building, like in the basement, down there, you walk in and then you go downstairs, and it's the movie theater that I went to when I saw the Ghostbusters and Star Wars. I think this used to be some sort of like square past there and you could cut through, but it has been closed and narrow like this since I've been here. Butler Place is now closed. I apologize for any inconvenience caused. That sign has been there longer than I've been here. That guy's wearing a North Face jacket. Where is he? There. That's a North Face jacket. Oh, look. This is in the montage a ton. Like a ton of time. This road is called Petty France. It's like official stuff. You can tell by the people walking around. Not me, obviously, but the other people walking around. And you're around the corner and you're coming up on St. James Park. So I walk pretty much dead center through the park. Here, I'll show you. I go up here, I go across the bridge, up here, this way, up there and up there. It's just lovely. There's always a bunch of like ducks in the park. All over the park. There are these seals that say the Princess Diana Memorial Walk. And I thought it was just around St. James Park and it was like her favorite walk or something, but like those suckers are all the way up in like Kensington Gardens, so unless she had one walk that took like 3 flipping hours, who knows. Anyways, this is my favorite bridge. You are very familiar with the view from both sides. Also, there's another seal on the bridge because it's like the good viewpoint, and that's also a Pokestop. Almost got a Slowpoke over there if it had ever worked for me. Right there, that's a Pokestop. You also get tourists with squirrels a lot. There's always a bunch of trailers there, and I can't decide if it's like something official and royal or a weekly thing that all those trailers, they come and go quite frequently. Park's just behind me, and then up here, that's where I find my marching band sometimes. Now this square has been in the montage of me. And last January when there was the Lumiere festival, and there were the people hanging in the, and by people I mean like wire sculptures of people hanging. That was over this park in this square, and it was really cool. And an author that I like, Patrick Ness, he's a young adult author, and he was also writing Class, which is a Doctor Who spin-off that's about to premiere, and I'm very excited, but he clearly was around here somewhere too, because his Instagram had like the exact same picture of the flying man sculpture thing that I put on mine, and I was like, and a part of me wanted to devote some time to stalking him, but I didn't. I would imagine that he'd been going to the London Library is in that corner, and I don't mean like a public library, it's like an official fancy swag thing, you have to like a membership to go in, I don't know. No, we're going this way, I gotta show you my bench. It says, in memory of Neil Nobody Fry, a fine policeman. Which I just thought was funny. But more than that, there's a Neil Gaiman book called The Graveyard Book. It's a kid's book, and it's so good. I love it. And it's about this kid, he, without giving too much away, he's raised in a graveyard by ghosts and the other creatures in the graveyard, and they don't know his name when he shows up, so they call him Nobody. So the Owens are the family who look after him, or the couple who look after him, so he's Nobody Owens. And so that made me think of him, and because I can't tell you because it'll spoil it, and you should just read it, it's excellent. But Nobody Owens. So that church behind me, I don't actually know what church it is. I'm sure if I walked a little bit closer, and one of the many signs in the building would tell me what it is, but I don't, so I don't. But sometimes when I walk past, in this end, there's some sort of choir practice or an orchestra thing, and one time they were singing Mozart's Requiem, and I was like, I know that one. And there's this patch of wall. It's kind of blocked by a van, but I don't know, I like it. The first time I thought somebody had like painted it that it was on purpose. It's just a dirty wall, but I like it. So I'll miss that patch of dirty wall. That's the Waterstones, where I went to my Harry Potter event, and the whole, like, it's so big and it's so beautiful, and I can walk through that building to the other side and then carry on my walk home. So sometimes I do that. And that's Piccadilly Circus just down there. That's Nice Italian. Sometimes that's where I went with Jet. This is Golden Square. We're very close to where I work now. That's where I go for lunch if it's a nice day. But there's a bunch of random sculptures in the square, but I think there's a new sculpture. I think there's like a giant shoe. So we're gonna go look at it. I got some time. This is just some sculptures and a ping pong table and plants. When it was nice, it was packed with people. Like, there wasn't even room to sit on the ground because there were so many people. It was crazy. Yeah, no, there's a new sculpture. Just a giant shoe. This is Beak Street. I like the yellow one. I haven't actually been in, I just like yellow. I'm very discerning when it comes to fashion. And then we've got Economy Street. Alright, well, thanks for keeping me company. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to videos every Tuesday and Friday. Bye! I've spent hours watching that advertisement screen on Puma because it's right across from us. And yeah, so we have to just stand at the front to make sure nobody steals stuff. So you end up just staring at that ad. Oh, so much of my day.